Alpha Fish! We play for free!
Hey guys, Alphafish here. Welcome back to another Lords Mobile video. And today I want to cover the topic of burning castles. Alright? And I'm not talking about burning other castles, I'm talking about burning your castles. Alright? So, yesterday in one of my recruitment guilds, I had a player leave the guild, and before they left, they stated in guild chat, they said, "Guys, I'm leaving because this hive is always on fire." And I'm like, really? That's why you leave? Okay. So, this is clearly anybody that's experienced in this game. This is clearly a big newbie misconception, I guess you could say. So it was funny is that I had talked to this player multiple times on different occasions, and they're somewhat experienced in the guild or in the game, right? So I find this funny that this specific player left because of this. So I'm like, well, maybe they're not as experienced as they claim to be. So fire. So basically, what happens is someone attacks your castle, and if your morale drops to 0, you lose the fight. Your castle goes up in flames, right? It burns. So, what does this do? Well, it means that you lost. Okay, well, what did you lose? Well, I didn't have any troops in my castle, and my leader was in my shelter, and I had just made a new upgrade, so I didn't have any resources, but my castle's on fire. So I had to have lost something, right? Right? No. You didn't lose anything. The only thing that happened is that you got in a fight, your morale dropped to 0, and poof, you're on fire, right? So, what I tell my guild members is that they need to learn to grow inside the fire. All right. And what I mean by this is you hide your troops, you hide your leader, keep your resources low. Don't pull anything out of your bags that you aren't going to use immediately. And when people attack you, they literally get nothing. They don't kill any troops, they don't take any resources, they don't get your leader. Literally, it's an empty burn, all right? They burned you and nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. So I have had this I've had this happen to Hammerhead many times, all right? Especially whenever I fight, because if the player is too big, I know they're going to zero me out and take my leader. I typically just hide everything except for the last video I made, and I lost my leader within the first 5 minutes because I thought I could take the hit from the player, and I couldn't. And he sped it up too fast. I couldn't even pull my troops out of my shelter. You should go and watch it. It's pretty sad. But anyway, I digress. Um, let's look at Hammerhead's stats, shall we? So I have 710 failed defenses. All right, 710. I've only had 87 successful defenses. Right. So most of the time, whenever I take a hit with Hammerhead, if I take the hit on purpose and burn, that means that I don't really care to or really have a reason to take the injury. All right, I do save speed ups to heal my wounded. Excuse me. But most of the time, unless I'm trapping, I'm going to empty my castle out and take the fire. I'm going to take the burn. And when they look at the report, they're going to realize they got nothing. And when they keep doing that and they get nothing over and over, they get frustrated. All right. And this is good because if I can frustrate them, then they're not going to think straight. They're going to get hasty. And if I ask for reinforcements from my guild, if I move and they reinforce me, the guy comes and attacks me. Uh, well, he wasn't thinking straight and he walked right into a trap because that's what people do when they get mad. So it can work to your advantage, all right? But growing inside the fire is not necessarily hiding your troops while you're fighting. Growing inside the fire is more of hide your troops, hide your leader, hide your resources, and progress your account. All right. You're not losing any troops, you're not losing might. You're upgrading, you're getting stronger, you're growing your army. My main account, I used to hide 1,000,000 troops every day. I used to put them in the shelter. I would make 8-hour rallies on abandoned castles so I could hide an extra army that way. I would send my troops as reinforcements to shielded castles. I would hide 1,000,000 troops every day. And I was doing that for months before I realized that I could generate enough gems to get free shields. All right, this was years ago. All right, I have videos on how to do that. And my newer account, my younger accounts, that's the first thing I do is go for the gem production stuff, so I can stay shielded with my hypers and my banks. So, um, what you guys are going to want to do is learn to grow inside the fire. All right. I have other guild members that I have taught to do this as well. Um, I have several. Sharkfish is a really good example of this. He's 131 mil. He, if you want to say he is zeroed out, you can call it that. But it's technically not zeroed out because he's got several 100,000 troops in this castle. They're just hidden. They're sent to other people as reinforcements. They're hidden in the infirmaries as wounded. They're hidden away in the sanctuary as dead troops. He's got troops in here. They're just put away. All right. Whenever he chooses to fight with Dragon Arena or to trap for KVK, he pulls them all out. All right. And I've seen him trap. Like he can trap. All right. He's got a few successful defenses, although this isn't his main account, so he plays more on his main account than he does on this one. But if he chooses so, he can defend himself. All right, you can see his failed defenses is a lot. All right, so he doesn't fight a lot on this account, but he's got troops. He's got the resources. He's got the necessities he needs to fight, and he's grown this account rather large. All right, so he has learned to grow inside the fire. He'll take a burn. I could leave the guild on this account and burn him if I wanted to. It's not going to make any difference to him. He doesn't care. All right. All of these other players, they don't care if they get burned. All right. It's an illusion that a lot of newer players fall for. It's a little bit of that, and then it's also a little bit of people that pay money to play this game. They're like, well, your account isn't worth anything because I can burn you. All right, that's because they spend money. They got a bunch of troops. They're trying to avoid getting burned. But the moment that they let their guard down and they're not shielded, someone's going to come zero them out. And then they're going to be in the same position as you are, where you have wounded troops, you have troops in sanctuary, and they're going to get burned because they have no troops out. All right. So it is possible you can grow like this. It doesn't matter if you're half your hive's on fire multiple times a day. It doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that your guild's not growing. All right. It only does. You only do not grow if you don't log in every day. You don't maintain your account. You don't heal your troops. You don't protect your leader. That kind of thing means that you're not going to grow. All right. But if you're online every day, you're keeping up with your upgrades, you're upgrading your heroes, you're doing everything that you need to do to grow, then the fire doesn't matter. And if your sanctuary is full every day and your infirmaries are full and you're literally just losing troops every time, then you're doing something wrong. All right, you're not upgrading your infirmaries. You're not finding ways to protect your troops. At that point, you are just losing. All right. But as long as you're maintaining your account properly, you watch my other videos, you learn how to do so, the fire doesn't matter. All right. And that's all this video was about, is just talking about burning castles in your hive. All right. So that's pretty much it. You guys have questions, contact me. I'm always open to answer questions. That's it for this video, guys. Peace out and see you on the next one.